Yes, you are first. You are first. Hopefully that audio is working. Somebody can't hear something. Make sure you say something. Second, did I win? You did not win, Jordan, but you can still win because you're here first. You have an opportunity to win by the end of the what is this podcast, video cast, hangout type of thing. Kind of like I did. If anybody was here for the last one, we did some giveaway for some hooks. This time we're gonna be doing it for some hats. Got a black one, brown one, brown camo, black camo, and then a regular one. We're going to give these away. And basically Cindy's upstairs writing names down, and then we're going to do a random number generator. And basically if your name is beside one of the numbers that are drawn, you'll have a chance to win. So yes. Clayton just picked up the Striker Ice Climate. Still waiting on the Strike Master 10-inch. That's awesome. It's awesome, Chris. I am running the Striker Climate suit this year. I'll have a hard water suit too, but I'm actually switching from Strike Master this year. I have an opportunity to run the new Ion G2s, and I've heard good things about them, so I'm going to try them out and see what they're all about. I always like to try new stuff when it's supposed to be really good, so that's what I'm going to be running this winter. I still have the Strike Master as a backup if it needed, but hopefully I don't need it. So yes, Ion G2s this year for this guy. Mike Phillips, thanks for the great videos. You're very, very welcome. I appreciate everybody watching. Clayton the Walleye King. Nah, not true at all. I just capture some good moments on camera, basically. That's it. Wish I had $1,000 to drop on a new auger. Yeah, the electric augers aren't cheap, but it's a pretty good investment. Not having to deal with fuel all the time is a huge thing too. It's been good for me. Just watch your back-to-back Big Laker video. Those were some monsters. For sure. Monsters. I've been keeping good, Bryce. Hopefully you've been too. Still debating on the Otter Lodge or the 450 XD this year as a flip over. I don't know much about the 450 XD, but I can tell you that the Otter Lodge is an awesome, awesome shack. I love my flip over for sure. You guys are, everything's coming in so fast, like 121 people in 2 minutes. So whoever I missed up here, I apologize. Thank you, everybody, for the greetings. Jason, Mr. Ice, a lot of the regulars, Graham, Sam, everybody. Hi, Frank, Kevin, Lucas, Connor, Chris, Pete, Fishing Accomplished, Brad Woods, Alec, Ian, Doug, Joey, Carl, Jeff, Josh. There's so many people. Awesome. You guys all, hi, everybody. Thank you for coming to hang out. And if you have some questions, ask them or leave them in the comments here, and we'll try to help you out as we go through this video. Love seeing you back at my favorite place, the Cranberry. The Cranberry Lakes are so much fun. I had no idea that really existed there, like the walleye fishing, the lake trout fishing, and then having all those lakes so close together. Simon House, first Cranberry, second, third. You can go up to Elbow Lake there too, I believe it's called. It's just so much cool stuff. I can't believe that all of that's right there. Taking shots tonight. Andy, I'm not actually taking any shots tonight. So if anybody does donate money, hopefully they leave a question with it so it'll stand out and I can hit their question type of thing. I like how you say my real name and not my YouTube name. That's because I know who you are, Dason, so it makes it easy. Cindy's working on some new merch for you, though, too, as well. She has some fish towels that she wants to get done, and I'm going to try to get something with probably done on Teespring as well that like Jay and both Aaron are doing. Are you coming to Clearwater this winter? I hope so. I hope so. Joey, have you been out hunting yet this year? I haven't been hunting, but I do have my my baits out right now on the camera, and I got some deer on them, but nothing that none of my past deer have been back yet, but it's only been a couple days, and normally they usually seem to come a little bit later in the year here, so it's still pretty early yet for my area where I hunt. Where is a good site to get great ice fishing stuff? That's a good question, Grizzly. That's a good question. Frostbite has a little bit of stuff on their site right now. But as far as that, wow. Maybe somebody leave some comments in there for him. Where's some good sites to buy ice fishing stuff from? What do you think of the Hyper Glide jigging lure by Acme? The Hyper Glide's good. I use the Hyper Rattle probably more than the Glide, but the Glide is very good during the winter time. It's just a little bit slower fall rates than the Hyper Rattle is. So it's pretty good though. It is pretty good. Lake of the Woods headquarters. There we go. Chris says that. I've heard that place before. Ice is going to come quick. There's no doubt. Clayton got a Panoptics coming this week. Ever considering one? That's awesome, Jake. I probably won't be doing anything with the Panoptics or Live Scope. I've just got so much going on with everything else right now. I haven't had the time to ever really spend. I've used them. I just don't have them myself. So I know what they're like. I know they're really good. I'm just happy with what I got going on right now. And at some point, a Humminbird should come out with something here that I can just kind of add on to what I got going on to make things a lot easier. So just haven't made that switch, and I probably won't there for a little while. I'm very happy with what my birds have been doing for me the last couple of years. Pete's Pro Tackle, yeah. Well, Cusco in February, maybe. I don't know any of my winter plans yet for sure, Dakota. I really don't. Euro Tackle, somebody says. Bass Pro, Cabela's. Yeah, caught my PB white bass on a Hyperglide. That's awesome. They're like playing video games, and you're not good enough to need them. Oh, that's awesome. What we got going on? Humminbird, OP, favorite walleye jig. My favorite walleye jig, honestly, has been the Google Eye jig's been really good for the live minnows, or not live minnows, the dead minnows, dead frozen minnows. And then my favorite jig right now I've been using is actually a custom jig from a gentleman in Regina. He doesn't really sell them though. He's working on doing something in the future for them, but one's just to buy at a store to the package. The Google Eye jigs by Acme are pretty good. I like that their hook's fairly strong. And there's just those little rattle in them too. They've been really good. Nice Chunky Outdoors has some good plastics. You're booked, Dakota, for Costco. That's awesome. Yeah, it's very, very possible. Hoping to keep my Alumacraft in the water through the summer. All this ice talks makes me sad. I know I'm missing the open water too. I've got a couple more videos to be editing here right now, and I don't know if I will get back out again. Do you have a favorite tungsten jig pattern? Chris, I really don't, just to the fact that I don't do a lot with the jigs, and I find that when I do use them, I feel like it doesn't really matter what color I'm using. I think last year I used the blue and the pink one the most, probably, I'd say. But I don't have like a go-to though, like something that's always that I want to be using than that one, and that's it. Read around my comment. Alec, leave your comment again there. I didn't mean to read around it. I totally missed it. Sorry, dude. I don't go to Lockhart very much. No. What's up with Frostbite coming in unprepared and late in the game this year? I don't think they're really late yet. It's just everything else is so early. It's coming. As soon as everybody else sells out with everything, then Frostbite will have their stuff in. They'll have lots of time to sell. No, just kidding. It'll happen. What's your favorite ice fishing place to go to? I really liked the Cusco last year, and I really like Cranberry Lakes at Caribou. Those are probably two of my favorites, I'd say, just because of the whole outdoor scenery and the situation it puts you in. It's so awesome in that sense. Just you feel so, I like to get outside, right? The whole thing, get outside. There, it's like even more outside. Like feels like you're like in the wilderness. It's so cool. Tegan, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. And what did you say there? Best of luck to you. Best of luck to you too this ice fishing season. So when is the crappie sleigh day happening, Clayton? I know crappie this December. Mark it. It's going to happen. I'm going to drive and go hang out with Jay or Aaron, and we are going to do it. Crappie's coming. Grizzly Fish, you win this hat just by kind of sticking around in the chat, hanging out, asking some questions, all that stuff. Cindy's writing down names with numbers, and then we are going to draw 3 numbers on a random number generator. And if you're still in the chat, you can then send me your address, and I will send you a hat. Well, if you're in the chat, I'll be like, which one do you want first? Whoever gets picked first can pick their color, and we'll go from there. We'll do that within about 40 minutes from now, with about 50 minutes into it. Put me in. Is Aaron still alive? Yes, Aaron's still alive. Favorite lake in Minnesota? I don't have a favorite lake in Minnesota because I've never fished Minnesota, Ethan. So I can't really answer you for that. Alec, I know I missed your question there. Did I miss your question again? I don't know if I went around your question the first time for Frostbite. Alec, got any update on the restock of the ice rods? There we go. Soon, I think. Soon. That's all I can really say. I know there's some more rods coming though. There is some more rods coming. Did I land a giant laker in the boat? Well, I landed a big laker in the springtime that I never did edit the video for, and I might not till next spring now. For the fall videos, though, I guess you're just going to have to wait to see. Just going to have to wait. Ryan, thank you for the $5 donation. Would you ever plan a trip to early ice fishing for whitefish in Wisconsin? I would like to do something like that, but I can't see it being in the near future for the reason that I have so much going on here right now with walleyes and lakers and stuff like that. It would be pretty tough in that sense. It really would. So for me to like bypass the whole first ice walleye and drive down to Wisconsin to do it, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen eventually, but right now in the next few years, probably not something like that. But it does interest me to fish some more places in the future, especially into the States. So at some point. Any luck deer hunting? I have not done any hunting yet myself. I just have some baits out, and then I have an antelope tag and a mule deer tag. I don't know for sure if I'm going to hunt the mule deer tag, as bad as that sounds, just because the way the early ice is really coming fast. So I'm not positive on that. I'm going to hunt the antelope though for sure, because those are a rare tag for us to get. Grind out some last mountain walleyes tomorrow. Nice. Good luck. Good luck. You're a legend for keeping up with these comments. Alec, it's so hard. I know I missed so many through here, and I apologize to everybody with that. They fly through there, and it's so hard. Connor, do I waterfowl hunt? I used to. I guided for 10 or 12 years, I believe. I had a chocolate lab that I trained myself. Dessa, no longer with us. And I did everything with her for, like I said, 10 to 12 years. Guided. It was awesome. I just haven't done it for probably, I don't know, probably 3-4 years now, I'd say, something like that. I miss it, but I don't like regret not doing it anymore, because it's early mornings, as you know, and the guiding thing is nonstop. Can you please read this? Not important, but where do you get the hunt fish MB hats? That's awesome. That's awesome. The little emoji got me to notice that there. They're at the Forks in Manitoba. So it's a store that's just south of Winnipeg there. Somebody put in there if there's a place to buy them online and all too. These hats here, which, like I said, we're giving them away at the end of the day, but I'm not positive where they ship them to. I'm pretty sure they'll do Manitoba. I don't know where everything else is. Corey, I saw your comment earlier, zones. I'm in 14E, and I think whichever one for the goats that attaches that, I think is 26, I believe. I'm with Brian, 39 hours on the ice. It could happen. Got any big bucks on the camera? I don't have any monsters yet. Not any monsters yet, but I know they're coming. Dude, your boat's awesome. Thank you very much, dude. I had a pile of fun on my boat this year. I think I launched a total of 65 times. So I was on the water lots. Been very good. Have you ever been catfishing? I have a few times, but not a lot. I've been on the Red River a few times. Most of the times I've done it, it's been like a little fool around. For example, like Aaron's stag we had on there for like the afternoon before his wedding, or the day before his wedding. We hung out there. And we might have done that for Jay's too. No, Jay's we did at Aaron's place on his pond. That's what we did for that one. Will you be going to Manitoba this ice fishing season? I will be. Lots of ice fishing in Manitoba this year. I think I see my new fishing hat. There you go. Any trick for fishing fall walleye after turnover? 25 to like 30-foot rock humps close to deep water is one of the best things that I find for sure. I find that they can literally be anywhere. Find the bait, find the fish. We'll go hunting for it. Go hunting for the bait, because wherever the bait is, the fish will be soon after. Watching for my pop-up down south, hunting mule deer. Nice. Good luck with the mule deers, Corey. Good luck. I have never tried any Elliott rods. No. When's the last time you guided? For waterfowl, Ben, the last time I guided was 3 years ago, if we're on that topic, but the last time I've guided was last summer at Wollaston, where I guide in the summertime. So yeah, it should be back there next year, hopefully. Clayton, I want to join you for Lake of the Prairie's early walleye with cameras like you're viral. I know I'm going to do lots of underwater camera stuff this year. Like that is definitely a must do. I think Michelle killed Aaron. No, Michelle didn't kill Aaron. I just talked to him yesterday or maybe today. He's all good. He's all good. I guess it could be Michelle texting. I don't even know if it's him. No, it's him. Everything's good. Oh, the catfish's name should be Jay because of the facial simulators. I agree. That catfish will now be named Jay. We'll make a little name tag for him and everything. I love it. Thank you, Ethan. That is great. Do you know what it takes for us in the lower 48 to get into Canada right now, or is it during the lockdown? It's right now, Alec, it's locked down as far as I know. I can't answer that question because I honestly don't know. Like, it's not easy. Must have been Aaron's ghost. Looking forward to ice videos on YouTube. Best on YouTube. Thank you. I appreciate that. Lots of ice content this winter. I have made it my goal to pump out steady videos all winter. I'm going to push harder than ever before. We're going to do little tip videos too in the garage, like even if they're just like a minute to 3 minute videos just of like a certain spoon maybe that I use in a video, and that's it. We're going to do lots of videos. Lots of videos. Darcy, welcome, welcome. Coincidence? I think not. Though I heard you mention you were upgrading to a Helix 10 this year on the ice. Are you going to be running the Humminbird 360? What are your thoughts on 360 technology? Yes, I will be running the Helix 10 on the ice probably. I like the big screen. It's going to be awesome for videoing it on the GoPro, which is going to be so much easier for me in that sense. The 360, I think, is going to be a really good tool at times. It's obviously not good for the run and the gun thing, but my thoughts were if you had like a little flat that you fished, if you set it up in the middle, with one hole there, and then you drilled like 15 holes around that circle kind of thing around there where the 360 would be, and you'd be like, oh, they're over there now, or they're over there now, because they move all along. How many times, too, do you catch like a big fish and they hang out together? All of a sudden you catch a big fish, you release, and you can go back, okay, they've now moved 40 feet over that way. So that's the only thing I find it can be really cool in that sense, is you have your holes pre-drilled and you can kind of jump around. So I think it'd be really handy with a group of fishermen for sure. Join me on Wekusko this winter. We'd really like to meet you. Been watching you, and I live in Alberta. Now I live in Snow Lake. Dan, that's awesome. Hopefully I'll get back up there this year. I should. Patrick, have you ever fished for lake trout in the mountains? I have not. Alberta has some really nice lakes if you want some awesome wildlife video. That sounds really cool. That's definitely on my list one day, Patrick, for sure. It really is. Jaden, ice fishing Cranberry Lakes. You bet, buddy. At some point I will be for sure. Jaden, if you guys don't know Jaden there, he helped me out with a video a couple years ago there on the Cranberry Lakes for Lakers. He has an Instagram account there, Up North Angling. Look him out. He's a young and up and comer angler. I think Jaden, hope don't get mad at me if I get wrong, but I think he's either 16 now, 15 or 16 years old. Kid's just a fishing nut. It's awesome. I love to see it. Do much rainbow trout fishing. Caught my PB on Lake Superior. That's awesome, dude. I haven't done a lot of rainbow trout fishing at some point, though. Clay versus Jay, lake trout, please. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to crush them. Maybe I'll even take them to some of my lakes, my spots. No, I'm just kidding. I need a hat, Clayton. What kind of hat? Scott, what kind of hat? I got hats for sale on my site, Clayton Chick Outdoors. I have some flex fit hats there. And then, of course, we're giving these hats away as well. Favorite bad day fishing cocktail? I would say a Caesar. At the end of the day, if I can have myself a nice Caesar, that would be the way to go. CSO hats, baby. Yes. CSO hats. I have Clean Chick Outdoors Flex Fit hats. They're pretty nice, actually. What frostbite rod for walleye rods? I personally love the True Grit. They have, which is a 38 incher, and then they have a 32, which I think is called a meat locker. I haven't used any of those just because I like a little bit longer ones. And then the 37 inch, the Smoke Show. It's a medium light. It works nice for the smaller and the medium size spoons. It's they have a new one too coming out for walleye rod. I always say that it'll happen, but yeah. The True Grit's probably my go-to right now. Are you Polish? I'm not. I think I'm like half or 3/4 Ukrainian. 32 inches of slap shot. Yeah, I think the slap shot could be the walleye rod though too. You're right. Maybe the meat stick or the meat lock or whatever. I know they have two 32 inchers. One's a medium and one's a medium light. What's my PB walleye? 32.5 inches, and it was 13.56 pounds. So hopefully we're going to break that this winter. Getting super pumped for the ice fishing season. I know. Isn't it crazy? Like it's coming. Super pumped. Where do we go here? Where'd you get the catfish pill on the back? Carter got it for me for Christmas last year. I think from Cabela's. He bought it kind of like as a joke thing, but it's just so cool. Just hangs out there like a lazy fish. Somebody, Ethan has named it Jay. Lots of Ukrainians in Saskatchewan, right? Right. What three things do you recommend for camping on the ice? Stay warm, good food, and change of clothes if you sweat or get wet. Those are probably the three biggest things right there. If you do those three things, you could stay out there forever. You have food, you stay warm, dry clothes. That's a hot tip. Lots of times too, like your dry clothes will, if they're in the shack and they get wet and you try to dry them out, they always have that like that kind of that wet moisture feeling, right? Because propane heat burns wet. So I would suggest too is like the more dry clothes you can bring, the better. Even like seal them up in a vacuum sealed bag or something like that. So those are my three things right there. Ever making your own jig heads? No, I haven't tried it. I just don't have the time. I know Jay's been doing it, so he's got some stuff on his channel there with the do it molds. It's just something I don't have time before. Maybe once I'm more organized and I have a garage that's meant for it and a setup, possibly then. Possibly. How long before first ice? I do not know. It's coming though. PB yellow perch, 13.5 inches, not weighed. I don't know what the weight would be. Because crappie, I've never caught a crappie. You prefer walleye through the ice or open water? Andy, I would prefer to fish open water if I could. But because we live in areas where you have to basically fish ice fishing if you want to fish all year, I'm definitely like, I find as soon as I get into the ice fishing mode, I'm so pumped with ice fishing. But when I'm on my boat, I want to be on my boat. So once I make the switch, I'll be good. I don't use any dipsy divers. I saw something about 16-inch perch. I got to find this thing here. Where'd this go? Sub Clay, maybe come down to Mooseman for some 16-inch perch this winter. Yeah, Jason, send me a message like on Instagram. Like now, I'm coming. I'm in. 16-inch perch. You had me at 16 inches perch, definitely. I want to see some deer hunting videos. Yes, I'm gonna hopefully get that going today. What am I drinking? I'm not drinking anything today. Sadly, I don't have any drinks with me, so it's pretty sad in that sense. But next live video, we'll have some drinks again. Do I need an ice deucer to convert my G1 and Helix for ice fishing? Don't get the whole chirp thing with Humminbird. If you buy the kit that they have, it'll come with the transducer that you need. You'll need an ice deucer if you want to convert it over, though, basically, like because you need obviously an ice fishing transducer, right? You can't do it with your open water transducers. Don't these hat beggars make you ill? I don't know. It's all good. I haven't really missed them or haven't really seen all of them. Everything's going through here so quick. What mile-an-hour wind will keep you off the water on a boat? Like probably 40-mile-an-hour winds, high winds. I'll fish in super windy, super rough water. The problem is with everything I do now, it's so hard to film in that though. Like you're up and down and cameras are getting wet and it's hard. I'll go fishing though. Like I'm not scared to fish in big water, rough water. It's just so hard to film in it. Sometimes really windy days are like so good fishing. So good. I got some 15, 14-inch perch at a lake over the summer. That's awesome. People love perch fishing. Hey, I think I need to do more of that this year. Cindy said no drinking tonight. Yeah, Dave said no drinking for Clayton. Restock the apple pie. Yes, I need more apple pie. Definitely going to happen. Best day fishing ever. Tell us, Clayton Schick Outdoors. Honestly, my best day ever is caught. Oh, I don't know. No, it's not. My best day fishing ever, probably going back 2014 or 15. I just finished filming an In Fisherman segment that was aired. It was really good. And I'm fishing it with my buddy Kelly. And I think my buddy Tyson was with us too. And I caught two fish. One was like 10.5. One was 11.5 pounds. Like bang, bang. Only like 15 minutes later, I hooked another fish. I remember looking over at Kelly and I'm like, Kelly, this fish is not 10 pounds. Like this is giant. And it ended up being like 13 point. I can't remember what it was. I don't think that was a 5.6. It was just over 13, but it was big. That was probably my best day of walleye fishing ever for sure. One of my best days fishing. It was a slam fest. But those are few and far between. Hit the like button. Yes, crush the like button. Do you want to come to St. Mary's for 24-inch bass? Is that real? 24-inch bass? That sounds amazing. Lake of the Woods is paying the wind, yes. What's the coldest temps you ever fished in? -40. But I'm in a nice warm shelter, so that's always good. Who's eating fresh walleye for dinner? I'm not, but that would be amazing. Who's a better fisherman, Aaron or Jay? I'm not going to answer that question because that wouldn't be fair to either of them. Will Cindy be joining you on the ice at all this winter? That's up to her, Pete. You'll have to ask her. I think she will, though. We're looking at getting her some nice boots right now. I think some good female baffin boots, something like that. She wants to keep her feet warm, so that's the biggest thing. Let's take a break and hit the like button. Heck yes. Smash it, get more people in here. It's good. Although the more people in here, the harder it is for people to win hats, though, too, right? So, no, just kidding. What size battery do you take on your Helix 10 for ice fishing? I've been running the Dakotas, the 10 volt, 10 amps, but I think I'm going to go and probably run the 23 amp version this year. I think. I'll have a drink for you, Clayton. Yes, do it. Do it. Had it -36. That's cold. Told him, yes, I hunt Eclipse. I do some hunting. Best techniques for fishing brown trout. Darren, I wish I could help you out, but I don't fish a lot of brown trout, so I can't. It would be unfair of me to really answer that question. Cindy versus Sam this winter. You never know. Clayton, you got in Wollaston this year. I should be back there next summer again, as long as the borders open up. So hopefully. Baffin Impact. There we go. I think those are the boots we were looking at. Do you have any fish mounted? Ben, I don't have any fish mounted, actually. I've always done the whole catch and release thing, obviously, and at some point I want to do some replicas. I have some pretty big fish I'd like to do some replicas of, but I'm just waiting to have the right place to do it in, and then possibly. Are you pumped for ice fishing? I am pumped for ice fishing. It's going to be good. Do you ever fish northern Wisconsin? I haven't done any fishing down there at all. I haven't. Cindy versus Sam versus Michelle. What's your thoughts on Jay's catch and cook? It's really good. I had it once now, I think only. Jay cooked for me when we did our Jay versus Clay. I met up with him, and it was pretty good. So I haven't got to cook it myself yet and see what it's all about. So can't give you my honest approach or my honest feelings on it, but I've heard good things about it, and I'm looking forward to it. Jay versus Clay Ice Edition coming this winter. Very, very possible. Very possible. Clay versus Darren. Darren, who's Darren? Clay versus Darren, who? Get on those giant Lakers early ice. I would like to. I'd like to have the Lakers where they're like swimming like right underneath your feet under the ice. That'd be so cool. So cool. Georgian Bay. Is Georgian Bay the best freshwater fishing in Canada? I don't really know. I haven't fished a lot there this year. My daughter asked, what is your biggest pike this year? My biggest pike this year was a 45-incher. Actually, it was 44 3/4, I think. I don't know. Was it 45? I caught it on video. It was on the fly rod this year when I took Carter out and we did a little challenge against each other. I can't remember if it was 45 or 44 3/4. I think it's 44 3/4 only. Only. That sounds so bad. Hey, Clayton, it's Rye the Reel from Instagram. Yes. Perfect. Yes, tell me when that lake I found you a few weeks ago, that lake I told you about is going to be ready to ice fish. Really? Send me a message on Instagram when it's ready. I might have to come out and ice fish it. Somebody told me about a hot little ice fishing lake there for some perch, so we're going to go spend some time out there at some point there, and just really close to me here in Saskatchewan. ATV versus snowmobile. Snowmobile for sure, but I would like to say that if you don't have snow, obviously an ATV, but as soon as you have any bit of snow, a snowmobile for sure. I know that's really not the best answer in the world, but if you're going to have snow at some point, you can get away with the snowmobile even when there isn't much ice. You just have to make sure you don't burn out your burn out your sliders with a set of scratchers or something like that. So yeah, snowmobile would be the best all around for sure. Clayton knows how to cook. Jay only cooks plastics for making baits. I do know how to cook. I do. Have you thought of fishing Cormorant Lake and Clearwater Lake? I would like to at some point. I've fished Clearwater once a couple years ago, so hopefully I will at some point. At some point. Fan cooled sled. Yeah, there you go. ATV grouse hunting is the best. Is there any 39-hour hoodies left? They look sweet. I don't know. I'm not the guy to talk about the 39 hour hoodies. and I heard they weren't any left from what I understood from, so I caught something from Jay, but you have to ask Jay and Aaron about that. Snowmobile recommendation for ice fishing. I would say, like somebody said, there's something that's fan cooled. I know Skidoo makes a pretty good lineup. I just haven't I haven't spent a lot of time looking for the perfect sled. I just use my sled because it's good enough and it's what I have, but I'm going to looking for a good snowmobile for ice fishing probably next year. I want to get a enclosed trailer this year. How do you give away the hats? Hats today, giving them away. In 20 minutes from now, Cindy will bring me a list of everybody that's kind of been participating in the chat, and we're going to do a random number generator on the phone, show you the number, and that person is going to win the hats. You have to be here. Scandic fan cooled. Yes, that's a good sled. I saw another thing there from Jaden. Fall stock trout. I don't think I'm going to honestly get any more open water fishing in this year. I have a couple of videos to edit. I want to be ready for the ice fishing season. I've got a few more things to dial in for it and everything like that. So I want to be ready as soon as there's ice, bang, on the ice. I want to be one of the first ones fishing. Whoa, missed the questions here. Joey. Somebody must ask Joey something because Matthew, we need a snowmobile. Who needs a snowmobile when you can use a Sherp? Sherp. What are your biggest obstacles of having a good day on the ice fishing? How do you deal with it? Biggest obstacles would be when you get set up and there's no fish there. And you sit there and there's still no fish there. And honestly, how do you deal with that? You just have to get up and move. It's harder, obviously, in my situation with the cameras, but just get up and move, right? Like, just be willing to move around. Open water fishing is so easy to bounce around a little bit and find the fish. We all get so content, and it's such a pain in the neck sometimes when you're set up to kind of move around. So the best thing is just to do it. You just have to bear down and do it. What's a good GoPro to us for recording? I just want to do it for fun in the winter. I use the GoPros 5s and 7s. The 5s are probably some of the best for audio and everything. Was that the 4? I can't remember what they say. But the 5 and the 7 are great options from what I can see for sure. The worst thing is, the bad thing about all of the GoPros is you're usually not going to have good audio. That's one of the hardest things. Recommended battery tow warmers? I've never used them. That sounds nice though. For people that don't win a hat, we need to go on CSO Outdoors and support. Yeah. Go to CSO Outdoors. Go buy a. I've got the toques coming in. Cindy will bring me one later when we're doing the giveaway here. I'll show it, but I've got a bunch of more toques coming in. They're going off like crazy. The toques are good luck. I promise you, they're good luck. Any good ice lakes near you? There's lots of good ice lakes near me. I just haven't out looking yet. Obviously, nothing is ready. Nothing's ready yet. But Lake of the Prairies is about an hour from me, and that's one right there. Last few weeks, 15, 20-foot range, lots of 20, 25 inches. I predict good things from Lake of the Prairies this winter. Favorite fishing reels? I like the Shimano Stratics. Those are definitely my favorite for sure. I sent you a DM. You need to fish Georgian Bay. Oh, all these questions are going through here so crazy. Do you mean like a drop-down trailer? No, I had an ice castle at one point. I want just like a trailer just to like travel with. I want a good enclosed trailer for everything. I don't need a ice fishing like a drop-down trailer. I don't need to fish out of it. I just want to transport gear in it. Have you ever gone for sturgeon in BC? Patrick, yes, I have. Jay, myself, and a good buddy, Matt Gatzlaff, went for sturgeon in 2000, and I want to say 13 or 14. We spent 10 days out there on the Fraser River out of Chilliwack, I believe we were, and we caught 175 sturgeon in the 10 days. The biggest was, I think, 94 inches. I think Jay's fish or Maddie's fish was 94 inches. My biggest one was only like 82 or 83 inches, something like that. Maybe 86. I think it was lower 80s. I can't remember for sure. But yes, done the Fraser River is awesome. Do you make any fishing tournaments on the Fish Donkey? I haven't done anything on the Fish Donkey app yet. I might at some point. I haven't really decided. Yet. How's your otter? I love my otters. I definitely love my otters. Not gonna lie, they've been so good to me, the shacks lately. CSO hats are good luck. I can confirm. There you go. Holy, I can't keep up with these questions. They're going crazy. This is the first time watching your show live. Well, I'm glad you made it. Chris, you grew up in Chilliwack. That's crazy. Longest fishing trip was, I think, our 10-day sturgeon trip. No, we did a 2-week trip, Texas bass trip one year. Me, Jay, and Mark Tully did a 2 week bass trip to Texas. Do you eat pike much? I love pike. They're so good, so good. What is your go-to walleye ice fishing bait for quality of walleye? Probably for quality, I'd have to say the Tantrum last year was really good. In the past, it's usually been big flutter spoons, I'd say. But last year it was a rattle bait. It really can change from year to year, I think. I believe. Anyway, personally, I believe it can change year to year. So, but honestly, I'd say a big flutter spoon can always be good. The big dinner bells, something that's aggressive and can draw them in, plus just make a lot of sand and dust and poof stuff on the bottom when he hits the bottom. Yeah. Darren, somebody suggested you versus Clay. Oh, that Darren. Okay, there we go. I forgot who it was, which Darren everyone was talking about there. That makes sense. Clay versus Jay Muskie. Definitely needs to happen at some point. Hey, Clayton, sorry, too late to the party. Thanks for the great vids. You're very, very welcome. I'm having a tough time keeping up right now. Hi, Kelly. Like to see you and Jay ice together in a tournament, or on the ice together in a tournament. That would be pretty good. It's going to happen. Tantrums are great. Yes, they are. Matthew Hawes, $13.99. Thank you for the donation. What type of line do you use for ice fishing so it won't freeze as fast outside? If I'm going to fish really, really cold days outside, I run just like a fluorocarbon, straight fluorocarbon, and then you can easily slide the ice down the line, no problem. The Power Pro ice line works pretty good, but any of those braided lines, as soon as that wax coating wears off a little bit, it's going to freeze pretty quick. So the best I can say would be like a mono or a fluoro where you can slide that line down. So I run mostly when I'm fishing outside for big walleyes, I run mostly a 6-pound fluoro, straight to the end. Super. Also, too, when you break that off or you have to retie or anything like that, it's easy. You don't have to replace just your fluoro leader. So that's why running just sometimes straight fluoro is good. Now, be prepared if you're fishing in like 25 feet, give it like a good hook set and keep lots of pressure on, because sometimes that line's got a little bit of stretch. And I know people say fluorocarbon doesn't stretch, but yes, it does. I guarantee it stretches. Do you alter the grease oil in your Shimano reels? I've never had to alter them. I really haven't. They've never gummed up on me. I'm fortunate in the sense where I can have like 4 rods with me, and if one gets really iced up really, bad, I'll just put it away for the day, or in the dash of a truck, or inside the shelter where the heater is, something like that. Let it kind of melt off and then start with the next one. Biggest walleye, 13.56 pounds, 32.5 inches. Do you hunt with a go, bow, or a fishing rod? I hunt with a fishing rod. I just catch the deers. No, I hunt with mostly a rifle. I do have a bow. I just haven't done a lot of archery hunting though. I really haven't. I haven't used any of those pissy fun reels, so I don't know if they're any good, so I can't give you an honest answer on that. I've used pretty much nothing but Shimano reels for like the last, I don't even know, 20 years. What length of fluoro leader? Longer the better for sure, but usually at least like 6 feet, something like that. I'd run for a fluoro leader, because nothing's worse than like running, say, a 2-foot leader and you having to retie, and all of a sudden you're like that. You're like, wow, and I got to retie the whole thing. So longer the better, especially if you start the day. So when you're retying, you're only tying that small thing. Sometimes the biggest thing on the ice is always being dialed in and make your time shorter. If you can have 4 rods on the go, great. One, needs to retie, just put it away for the day, use another one, right? The more time you can fish, the more fish you're going to catch for sure. Ever try hot dogs for big pike? I haven't. I've heard bad things about them not digesting them. So I've really stayed away from that thing where everybody uses hot dogs on a tip-up line. I don't know. I've heard too many stories about them not digesting it properly. So I just don't want to do it. I'm gun shy on it. Just like candies will work and stuff like that too. And I don't know how they digest that stuff either. Do you do much trout fishing? Any recommendations for southern Manitoba? Darren, I've done a lot of laker fishing. I have not done a lot of stocked trout fishing. The only thing I can give you about the stock trout stuff is be patient. You're not going to catch a lot of fish usually during the day, but be quiet, be patient, fish shallow, and just pay attention, because they'll come in and out super quick. Clayton, you ever tried the rattle baits for early ice pike? I found it's been a killer. The dead bait. Yeah. I've noticed that. I used to fish some rattle baits and stuff like that, or big spoons for like pike and under 10 feet of water, like you're right at first ice, and it can be really good. Blueberry Slayer. Hello, Clayton. Northern Michigan loves you. I love Northern Michigan, even though I haven't been there for a long time. I've never fished down there, but I'll make it back down there again someday, hopefully to fish too. Blake, would you be open to an interview for a book for beginners who want to get better at fishing? Who would be your top 3 picks? Interview. What a case of be. I guess, Blake, it would be, I guess I would be open to it. All depends how much work it's going to be to do it. I have so much on the go already. I'm definitely not against something like that. We just have to try to figure something out. My top 3 picks or something like that would be probably the Manatees. Jeff and Jason Manatee would be really good for something like that, like really good. Jay would probably be pretty good for something like that. And who else? I don't know. I'll have to think of somebody else who would be really good for that. Any tips for ice fishing Cranberry Lakes? Sam, my biggest, I would say, is the one of the. I'm just gonna remove somebody from here. I see they keep flooding in the chat. Gord Pizer, yeah, he'd be a good one. Where was I now? Any tips for fishing Cranberry Lakes? Probably move around a lot would be one of the biggest things for sure. I haven't ice fished a pile besides for lake trout, and the lake trout, I'd say find some shallower water, like I say shallow, somewhere between like 40 to 60 feet. That's close to deep water. That's probably one of the biggest things for sure. When's the new merch coming out? We're trying to get some stuff done, Jason. We're trying. Dave Gens, yeah, he'd be a good guy to interview too. I would say. Have you fished up north in the territories? I have not fished in the territories. I would like to fish Great Bear one day for sure. I'd like to go up and fish Baker Lake with my buddy Justin. That would be kind of cool. That'd be cool. New here. You were my recommendations. Love the giant catfish back there. That's awesome. Yes, check out some videos. That's crazy that your first video you're seeing me is a live chat. That's crazy. Like that's insane. Big pike aquaview footage this year. Yes, definitely. Underwater footage is a must this year. Forced to choose one lure for walleye through the ice. If I could only fish one walleye lure through the ice, it would be some type of flutter spoon, whether it's the dinner bell or last year I really liked the slender spoon by Custom Jigs and Spins or something like that. So a big flutter spoon would be probably my go-to if it's the only one I could use. So glad for guys like you, Jay, and Aaron helping me understand so much targeting certain species. Well, I'm glad we can help you out, Chris. Really are. That's what it's all about. Just trying to pass on some knowledge. And obviously I learn stuff every time I go out, so that's the biggest thing for sure. Okay, this one, even though that jig and a minnow would be your go-to. I've caught a lot more big walleye on a flutter spoon than I have on a jig and a minnow, though. That I promise. That's so funny, though. Jig and a minnow second, though. That's definitely second. That's awesome. Thoughts on the Guggen squad? I think that honestly, I don't watch much more of it these days. I watched a little bit out of it when they started just to get some ideas for stuff and everything like that. I'm friends with Alex. He's been a good buddy in that sense of just passing info off each other and ideas and stuff. So the whole Guggen squads thing, I really don't have any thoughts on because I don't really pay any attention to it anymore. I don't have time to watch that stuff. But in terms of just like knowing John or Alex as a person, they're very good people. Ripping wraps under the ice. Ripping wraps are a great ice bait. I just don't use them a lot. Jig and a minnow secret weapon. I definitely wish I had a drink with me right now. Now I see why I have a drink when I do this. My my voice, my throat's getting sore here. I make some cool videos. How long do you sit on a spot before you decide to move? I'll sit all day on a spot if I know it can produce. If I have a feeling like it can produce, I'll sit all day in one spot. If I won't sit 2 or 3 days in the same spot, but I'll give it that go. Like so many times you'll pull out early, and like that prime time bite is in like the last like 10, 15 minutes of the day, right? So I'd have to say I'm willing to sit there all day if needed, if I feel like it's going to happen. Now that you had a full year time, YouTube versus guiding. Guiding's definitely better for the bank account for sure. I had a fun summer though of doing the whole ice fishing thing. You heard me talk about a drink, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, the girlfriend of the look at that.
Can you
Girlfriend
do
of the
one
day.
thing?
Yeah.
Can you say hi to Grady? And he asked, where is the furthest you have fished?
Grady asked that?
Grady. So he's
okay. Oh, right there. Great Smurfy. Grady, how's it going, buddy? The furthest I fished is in the Florida Keys. It's 40 hours from here drive. 40 hours from here, Florida Keys. Reagan says hi. Oh, I just went to iced tea. Long Island iced tea, maybe. Marriage material right there. What's the biggest walleye in Saskatchewan you caught? This is like the third time I'm going to say this, but 13.56 pounds, 32.5 inches. Bar service, she's a keeper. There you go. Sorry if I missed somebody in the comments in here. I wish my wife would do that. Favorite go-to fish cooking technique or batter? My favorite is the refries, we call them. You do a normal fry with just flour and, well, you marinate it like a little bit of Frank's, put it in flour, and then you take it out after you cook it, and then in the pan you toss some sauces in there like honey garlic or teriyaki, or actually a really good one I'll give you here is we call it a sweet and heat. Honey mustard and a sweet chili sauce. Mix them together, like a cup of each, mix them together, put it in a pan, heat them up, throw your fish back in, toss it all up. That's the best fish you'll ever have right there. I just want to know where he got that Warren Livingstone. I haven't seen anywhere. Oh, these hats. Mo, I've got these hats. You can get them at the Forks in Winnipeg, in Manitoba there. I believe it's called the Forks. I'm going to work on the link for them. If they have a link for them, you can buy them online. Marcel would know, Kevin would know, Jay would know. Let me look into that. I'll try to do a post in the next couple of days on my Instagram. Sorry if I missed your question there earlier about it. When you fish Florida, did you rent a boat and a condo, figure everything out? Okay, Florida trip, or how I did the Florida. I went down there in 2012, I think, as a guest with one of my clients, and he booked a guided trip, and I went out tarpon fishing. I said, I want to come down here and do this. It's gonna be so much fun. And the guide I was with, he's like, well, just don't talk about it. Go and do it. I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. So the next winter, I purchased a boat from Bass Pro. I bought a Mako flats boat. So we did all the paperwork here. Took out a loan, just like everybody else buys a boat. You take out a loan, bought it, drove down there, picked up the boat, drove down to the Florida Keys. I rented a place for 3 months, or maybe 2 months. I can't remember. 2 months. And no, the first one was 3 months I went down there. And I had friends fly down every like week or 2 weeks, and they all helped out with accommodations and fuel. And that's what we did. We went out and we learned it ourselves. Obviously, I had some help out down there too from some guides down there. They pointed me in the right direction with things. But yeah, I just went down there and did it. Like, it was a huge learning experience. It made me, I felt like a better fisherman overall up here too, because it's just like, it's new water. You're learning new things. It was honestly so cool. Like, it was an awesome experience. So I went back there the next year again and did it again. And then I didn't go down for my third year, though. I now sold the boat to Darcy and Lisa Cox, who he's an awesome muskie guide. Now they go down there. They came down there with me originally, and they loved it so much. And now they go down there for like 2 weeks in the wintertime. And they do it themselves. So thoughts on the G2, Ion G2, worth getting the 10-inch. Bryce, I will have those by a video for you either, I'd say in a couple weeks from now. I will have my Ion G2 in my hands, a 10-inch, and I'll give you an actual review on it or what it's like. I'm going to try it this year. So that's all my thoughts right now. Is I heard it's really good, and I'm just going to try it. That's all I can say. I really don't know much about it, to be honest with you. So I saw a hub or flip over shelter up there. I am going to do a video on that soon too, about what to pick, a hub or a flip over shelter. There's a lot of pros and cons for each in terms of your style of fishing. So that video is coming very soon as well. Watch for it. But basically, long story short, if you're going to move around lots, flip over. If you're going to stay in one spot for a long time, a hub shelter. At the same time, if you don't have like a way, like a snowmobile or an ATV to pull the flip over shelter around, it's not as convenient. Does tarpon looked as a basic fish for Florida people? No, tarpon's like an epic milestone for everybody down there. Like even the people down there like that fish tarpon or fish think catching like a big tarpon or a tarpon is like really hard to do, and it is. So it's not seen like down there like a Jack Crevalle, where Jack Crevelles are like suckers to us here, right? Like they don't really care about them. Yet they're such a hard fighting fish. Down there, tarpon are a sought after species all the time, and it was awesome. We learned how to fish for tarpon down there with artificial baits. It was so cool. So cool. Jordan, I saw a question there. Any advantages the new G4 Humminbirds? I haven't really looked a lot yet, so I don't know much about it. 20-minute up giveaway. Yes. Hey, I'll decide. I'll decide when the giveaway is. But yes, Cindy, if you're reading this, you want to come down and bring those people down for me. We'll do some giveaways. Where's Tigger? Somebody says bring Tigger with you too. Tigger's sleeping probably. This Pokey's a go-to for ice fishing. They got a lot of ice fishing gear there for sure. Lots. Any hunting videos coming up this year? Yes, I'm trying to do some hunting videos for sure. Put the boat away for the winter. The boat's not put away yet, but it might be. It might be. What's your most disliked fish to catch? I don't know. Oh, there's Tigger. I don't know if there is really a disliked fish. I really don't. I think I like catching them all.
Sleeping.
Was he sleeping? Oh, come here, buddy. You were asked. People want to see Tigger. There's Tigger. It's like the biggest cat ever. This cat's why he's always so camera shy. Tigger. Hey, look at. There you are. Look at. He is like the nicest cat ever. He's so friendly and so cuddly. He's crazy. He's a Boone and Crockett cat, aren't you? You're a Boone and Crocketer, right? Yeah, he's so friendly. Yeah, bring a tube too, real quick. So friendly. Okay, let you go. Another question? Yeah. Okay. Holy, you were a busy girl. Cindy's got 70. There's 82 people. Holy cow. Here's the toques we have for sale in Clay Chick Outdoors. They're very comfy. They fit over like your whole.
They're the best.
They're like the best toques.
For when I go walking, they don't move.
Yeah. Anyways, those are for sale. So there's my plug for merch. Ooh, that's probably loud. Okay, random number generator.
There's some.
I saw that you have 82 people. Random number generator. Okay, we're gonna go to 82. We're gonna go generate 14. You guys can't probably see that. You guys, doesn't matter. 14. Danny Boyle. Boyle, are you here? Danny Boyle, we'll give you a few minutes here to make sure you're here so you can pick the first color of hat, but you were the first winner. Danny Boyle, we'll give him a few minutes because if I do all three at once here, the person's got to be here to get. The person had to be in the chat and say something at some point. And then Cindy wrote down your name. So there's a pretty good chance everybody's in here. Like, yeah, the cat is fabulous. I agree. Has anybody seen anything from Danny Boyle yet? Danny Boyle, we're giving you a few more minutes. And I'll tell you what, we can do another number. And if Danny comes after the next person, he can still pick a hat. He'll just be he won't get the first choice.
And then I have one question for you.
What's the question? We'll give
Danny. There's one question. Jesse Below has asked 3 times, and I just felt it's an important question because I'm going through it right now. I'm not sure if they're male or female, but this person asked on a good type of boots. So maybe comment on what Carter has, and then I wrote mine on the back that I'm gonna. The
female boot, the research we've done, the best one would be a Baffin Impact.
2 months.
And for the best boots I've liked, and the one that Carter's running, is the Saskatchewan pack boots. They're called, from Cabela's. The Cabela's Saskatchewan pack boots. They've been amazing, amazing. Nothing from Danny yet, hey? Okay, Roku, I think you're all on here. I see your name on here. Yeah, you're number 35. Okay, generate here again. 42. 42 is Brian T.
That's how it was on there.
Brian T. Do we have a Brian T here? Do we have a Brian T? You got to pick the next hat if you're here. We have 287 people.
Mm.
So, Brian T. Or if Danny still says something too. It looks like Danny is gone. You would have won the hat, Danny, if you still would have been here. What were you thinking? Brian T. Is there a Brian T in here? Holy cow, everybody left. They're going to be so mad. So mad. Oh, whatever. Insta for Tigger. Tigger. There is an Instagram for Tigger. It's called Big. What is it called? Bigger Tigger. Bigger Tigger. Carter made one. Bigger Tigger. Tigger does have an Instagram. Okay, we're going. I guess we're still going with
more followers than you.
He should have more followers. Okay, we're going with another one. I guess here. Where's my random? Again, generate 35. Number 35. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but you asked how'd you get on the list. Roku JC. You won after I said that. You're number 35. I'm telling you, these phones listen to you. So you get to pick the first color hat. There you go. Yes. Okay. Roku, what color hat do you want? Brown, black, or black with white?
Cat hair is free.
Yeah, the cat hair comes free. And then you have to just Instagram or Facebook message me or email me your address. But you pick a color of hat here, and then I can pick another one.
Oh, wait, he said it's Rocco.
Rocco. Okay, Rocco. Pick a color of hat here for us. Black with white. Okay, done. That one's going. Yeah, that one's going to Rocco. Okay. Number 2. Generate 72. 72. That's going to the second page. Patrick Bloom. Patrick Bloom. Are you here? Patrick Bloom. Patrick Bloom. Patrick Bloom, you have won a hat. You get to pick the next hat. These are the 2 that we have left. They're both like a camo. One's black. There you go, Patrick. You're here. Pick one. The black kind of camo or the brown camo? Right there. Right there. If you could be sponsored by anyone, who would it be? The Bank of America. Patrick, awesome. We'll take the black right there. Okay. We got 2. Patrick and Rocco, make sure you guys Instagram me your Facebook or Instagram or Facebook me your address so I can mail these to you. I think it's cost me like $15 a hat to ship. So $45 tonight for shipping, but it's okay. I love you all. Number 7. Number 7, Pete Copeland. Pete Copeland. You have won if you are still in here. If not, we will be, Haas Nissan will sponsor. Hey, there we go. Nissan truck. Matthew Haas says I'm getting a free Nissan truck, he says. Just kidding. Oh, Pete's here. Pete, you won this hat. It's the one that's left. Unless you'd really like a different color. I do have some. Pete, is there a different one you like, Pete? Or do you want this one? I do have some others that I'll be giving away too, but I know this is a popular one. I know I can give this away easily. So if you want one of these ones as well, let me know, okay? I'll be watching for it here. You love the brown? Okay, done. Perfect. Okay. You, all 3 of you people, please send me your information, Instagram or Facebook or email or comment on a video or anything like that. And yeah, I think the hats are, I don't know how much they're. I think they're $25 or $30 a hat or something like that. So it's a couple hats. Oh, let's do one more. I wore it though. It went on my head. We're gonna give this hat. We're gonna give the toque away too.
Do you have to sign those hats?
I don't think so. The person that wanted it signed, I don't think won. Okay, we're gonna give one more. We're giving a toque away yet. 56.
Harrow 3483.
Harrow 3483. Harrow 3483. Are you still here?
Mm-hmm.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Right there. You said move.
Okay, right there. Harrow 3483. Send me your address as well, and I'll send you a toque. I'll take the blonde one. No, you want? I'm keeping the blonde one. My email is claytonschickoutdoors@gmail.com. Yes, but the toque was worn by me. I'm clean though. I'm good. I just showered, so everything's good.
That's my toque.
No, it's not. Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting a new toque, I guess. This was Cindy's.
This is just mine.
That's okay. Never mind. You're getting a brand new one then.
This is mine.
Okay, you're good. You're getting a brand new one. Okay, there we go. That's all the winners. Make sure you guys send me photos of the hats. Maybe give away a lure you caught a fish on. That's not a bad idea. I could do that. I could do videos. What I'll do maybe is do some videos too when I do the ice fishing ones. At the end of the video, I'll be like, okay, you got to comment something on this video, and we're going to give that lure away that I used that exact day. So, yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do some stuff like that. I'm only going to sign those hats if they want them signed. I'm not going to put my signature on something somebody doesn't want. Why would I wreck a good hat? But please send me your addresses. Everybody else that didn't win, I apologize. I wish I could give everybody a hat. I wish I could give 296 people a hat. We can't. We're going to keep the blonde, though. I can't mail you away, right? Thank you, everybody, for watching. Some more videos coming soon. Ice fishing content is coming super soon, too, as well. And we're going to do some gear reviews and all that. So, Harrow 3483, you can DM me on YouTube. A comment anywhere, or Instagram or Facebook. But if you make a comment, even on I made a community post earlier or on a video, something like that, or even in this video, comment below a way I can get a hold of you, and we'll figure something out. There comes the other cat down the stairs. That cat's coming down the stairs right now. It only has 3 legs. It got hit a few years ago. It has 1 leg missing, not 1 leg total. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I am paying for yes, I'll pay for the shipping. Rocco, don't worry. I'll take care of all the shipping. It's all good. Have a good night, everybody.